You are the most valuable investment you will ever make. Hi, I'm Zarina Poonawalla, your leadership coach, life coach, and emotional intelligence coach. You probably know me from the Empowering series, and this is my new show, the Life Manifesto with Zarina Poonawalla. I'm going to coach you to be the best version of yourselves. So get ready to create, attain, and manifest the life you've always desired and make it your reality. I cannot emphasize enough on how important communication is. It's the most important skill anyone can ever possess in life. No matter what you do, you communicate, right? Even when you don't communicate, you are communicating. There is conversation in silence. There is understanding in body language. There are cues, even in your micro expressions. Your personal life requires you to communicate effectively because without this skill, without this basic, crucial skill, you may not be able to shape your life, your relationships, and your social skills as you desire. Think about it a moment. Whether it was that toy you wanted as a kid or the degree you wanted to pursue, whether it was asking your crush out or breaking up with someone because it didn't work out, whether it was losing friends over some gossip or rumors or reconciling with them because you cleared the air, you've always communicated. That is the power of communication. It makes or breaks, it builds or destroys. And the very problem in personal communication is that one of you is usually not effective in communication. Sometimes it's the parents, sometimes the kids, sometimes the spouse, sometimes your friends, relatives. Like in an argument, you ask your partner what happened and they shrug and they say nothing. Now you took them at face value, believed what they said. They said nothing and you believed it was nothing. But you didn't probe further. They expected you to know what's wrong, even though they refused to communicate it verbally. But maybe they have done so non-verbally, and you couldn't see it, you couldn't sense it. Imagine you feel strongly about something. You're hurt by your best friend. You didn't like what they said or something that they did, but the fear of losing them or hurting them won't allow you to express your feelings. Simple moments of communication, especially with your mom or dad, sometimes when they gave you instructions, and you were busy scrolling on your phone, you said, yes, I'll do the work, but you never landed up doing so. Why? Because you gave them the answer they wanted, but you never retained the information that was actually being delivered to you. Now, beware guys, communication is also messed up in your personal space because of that ego trip. It could be you or the other person, but one of you could be on that ego trip. Why should I call? Why should I talk first? Why am I supposed to do this? Why am I supposed to do that? Etc., etc. Which I understand, and I'm not going to ask you to make amends where you aren't ready or willing to. But you need to be sure your reason is categoric and not ego-driven. That's all. You don't want to communicate with somebody? Have a nice, clear reason for it. A genuine reason for it. Just make sure it's not ego-driven. All right? People with higher levels of expectation, sense of entitlement, assumptions, those who are easily offended, those who are fearful, they tend to become very ineffective in communication. So question is, how can we communicate effectively in our personal lives? You know the basics. You must be confident, you must be clear, you must be honest, you must speak fluently. And all the basics you have probably watched, you have learned, you have grown learning. And in recent times, you have too many videos, TED Talks, Reels, whatnot, So you are self-taught. But let me tell you what you don't know. Let me help you to sort of internalize the aspect of being an effective communicator in your personal lives. Start with being interested. Be interested. Communication is only as effective as the communicator, and that includes being a good listener as well. Question is, are you really interested in communicating with people that matter? And if not, why not? You need to figure this out. Most often, you lose out on good relationships because you were not interested in communicating in the first place, leave alone the technicalities of effective communication. Take time to be interested. Put your phone away, give your attention, listen with your eyes and ears, be interested. Okay, next, let your communication show. 55% of your communication is body language. Your spouse can tell when you repel them, your kids know when you are angry, your parents know when you hide something. But love, affection, care, concern, that too is very, very visible in your body language, is it not? So how about showing that side of you through gestures, actions, expressions, eye contact? Let your communication show. The next one is interesting. I call it tada. When I say tada, I mean T-A-D-A. Talk, ask, don't assume. That's right. Talk, ask, don't assume. Communication is not effective personally, also because you often think you know the other person too well. You can predict how they feel, what they want, what they're thinking. You take them for granted or they take you just the same. Either way, while there is some truth in this, are you always sure how someone is really feeling, what they really want? Like 100%. What if they want your time and you instead bought them a car? What if they wanted to have a good, heartfelt conversation with you and you instead assumed that they would enjoy a movie where you don't need to speak to each other? It's beautiful to understand your partner, your loved ones, without them having to say a word, but sometimes talk about things. Ask if you have doubts and don't assume on their behalf. Communication must always be non-assumptuous. Next, don't stretch it. You know, there are those who want to tell you something and they will take forever to get to the point. The build-up is so irrelevant and so unnecessary and so long that by the time they actually get to the point, you're not even listening anymore. This is also a good time to ask yourself, are you that person by any chance? Because there is a chance that this person I'm talking about and this description I'm giving about stretchy conversations, that person could be you. Or is it someone close to you? If it is, follow what I call the 2-minute rule. When you want to share something important, build up a bit, all right? No problem. That's nice. But you have 2 minutes to share what you want to and to get right to it. To shorten your sentences, stop beating around the bush and follow the KISS principle. Keep it short and simple. Or keep it simple, silly. Think before you speak. You know, people always tell me, Zarina, I want to talk to my people with ease. I don't want to think before I speak. I just want to be me. And my response usually is, what is wrong in thinking before you speak? What is wrong with it? Why have we decided that it's okay to blabber with the people close to us, but think before you speak at work or in an interview? What's the logic here? I'll tell you what it is. You mix up thinking and talking with manipulation, slyness, lack of spontaneity, and deprivation from being nonsensical and fun. All wrong. Absolutely wrong. You can be spontaneous and you can be fun and nonsensical and yet be mindful while speaking to people you love. You can be crazy, fun, adventurous and yet be sensitive with the choice of words you use or what you say. This not thinking before speaking is your free pass to behave however you want to and get away with it. Because hell, they are family, they are friends. They should understand, no? Absolutely not. You do not have the right to do so, or shall I say, you shouldn't give yourself such rights. Be sensitive, be empathetic, and that's why be mindful. That doesn't make you less authentic, it doesn't make you cunning or manipulative, it makes you wise, and it makes your communication hold value. So, learn to think before you speak, even to the people you love. Whether you're hurting them with your words, whether you're making some sense, whether you're giving good advice, whether you're sharing wisdom, think about it. It's okay to think before you speak. Be open to perspective. Now, just because you don't agree doesn't mean either of you are wrong, alright? The key is to be open-minded about one another's perspective. Two people on either side of an argument can very well both be wrong in their own way. Or maybe both be right in their own way, isn't it? To communicate effectively, listen open-mindedly. Maybe you disagree, but it's just an added perspective. It is just something that you can add to your understanding. Why not understand it? In personal communication, you may not always agree with each other. So remember, it's okay not to entertain a thought so long as you can accept that that's how they think. So learn to be a little more open to perspective, especially from your loved ones. Don't be an I am like this person. I'm an introvert, I'm an extrovert, I'm impatient, I'm short-tempered, I get angry easily. That's just how I am, okay? Well, not my problem if that's how you are. And if it isn't working out for you, you've got to work on it. You can't label yourself and expect people around you to adjust to patterns that you have rigidly defined instead of reflecting on. So just don't be this I am this way kind of person. I am like this, all right? What you're essentially doing is you're tagging yourself. You're labeling yourself. And once you've labeled yourself, you do not give yourself the liberty or the window to make changes, to grow. Neither do you do this for yourself nor for the other person. So please make sure that if it's you who's constantly labeling yourself on who you are and how you are, think about whether you want to actually make changes if it's not working out for you anymore. Lastly, I'm going to say this from very personal experience that even though I have learned the art of effective communication, I still fail sometimes. And you know why I fail? Not only because I may have gone wrong somewhere, I may have slipped somewhere, I also fail because sometimes people around you, especially people that you live with, that you love, that know you so well, sometimes those people are beyond reasoning. So what do you do in such a case? You need to know what to avoid, what to let go, what to give up on, what to hold on to. And you need to learn how to forgive for your own freedom. So if you're conflicting in your communication with people around you, you're suffering because your personal communication is not effective, think about the above and try and follow a couple of them. See if something changes for you, and I'm sure communication will get better. So my precious people, if you enjoy listening to the Life Manifesto and manifesting your life and achieving your dreams, please go ahead and like and rate our podcast. You can also click on the notification bell to get to know as soon as our latest episode drops. Do subscribe to the Life Manifesto. It's going to help us go a long way and also reach out to like-minded people who want to truly manifest their lives and live the best version of themselves. Meanwhile, do what you love and do it often. And if you don't like something, go right ahead and change it. The power is within you. Thank you for tuning in to the Life Manifesto with me, Zarina. If you find the show useful, then please share it with your friends, family, and co-workers. You never know. You may just help someone become the best version of themselves. And if you want to align your life with some signature masterclasses, certification courses, and live sessions with me, go check out and download my app, Life Manifesto with Zarina Poonawalla, available on Play Store or Apple Store. And if you have any suggestions or anything that you would like to share with me, get in touch with me on my social media handles. I am at Zarina Poonawalla on Instagram and LinkedIn, and at Zarina Speaks on Twitter. See you in the next episode.